It's been so long since I've done one of these that I kinda don't remember how to even get to the intro. Hello everyone, I'm Sarah Wellman, and this is Birdseeds. I know, it has been a while, the World Series has come and gone, and I've been totally MIA. Sorry about that. I kind of feel like I've abandoned you, but to be fair, I've kind of had a lot going on. So, quickly, let me catch you up on all of the Cardinals news that we missed while I was away. No, okay, yeah, that's about it. No, that's it. Okay, that's not entirely true. The Cardinals did pick up the option on Jaime Garcia and extend qualifying offers to both Jason Heyward and John Lackey, but I have a hard time considering that news because didn't we all really expect all of those things to happen? So since there's not a whole lot of news to go around, I thought I would include you all on a little project that I've had going on behind the scenes. See, the cool thing about the internet is that you can find a lot of people that share your interests, just like you. And in doing that, I have been part of a community of bloggers and writers that write about the Cardinals, obviously, and every off-season we do a project where we basically ask each other questions and, well, talk about them. So, my turn to ask a question came, and I debated whether or not to go with the Jason Heyward thing, because somehow no one had asked about him yet, and I felt like, as the proponent of Jason Heyward all season, that kind of rested on my shoulders, but you know, wanted to surprise people, prove that I'm not as predictable as you might think, and I just couldn't come up with a very good question. So, I opted for a question about the leadoff man, Matt Carpenter, and the season that he had this year compared to years past. In 2013, Matt Carpenter hit .318 with 55 doubles and 11 home runs to go along with 72 walks and 98 Ks. In 2014, the numbers dropped a little bit, kind of back to reality maybe. He hit .272 with 33 doubles, 8 home runs, and 95 walks and 111 strikeouts. That 95 walks was what cemented him in the leadoff role because he was the guy that could get on base and make things happen. In 2015, the whole season was kind of weird for Matt Carpenter. He started off on this relentless pace where you were left thinking, God, this guy's going to be the MVP without even a contest. And then he hit that weird slump where whether it was something physical or just the exhaustion that they all called it, or if it was just a slump, all of a sudden Matt Carpenter stopped being Matt Carpenter. In 2015, he also hit .272 with 44 doubles, 28 home runs, which was massive, but only 81 walks and 151 strikeouts. That's more than Mark Reynolds or Brandon Moss. That's not Matt Carpenter, and it's not a leadoff guy. This season, he saw more pitches in the strike zone than ever before. He made less contact with those strikes by about 10%, and his swing and miss percentage went up considerably. Sure, that's a little bit of a trade-off when you opt for the power that he discovered, which was great, instead of the on-base percentage. But the question then becomes, what do you do with Matt Carpenter in 2016? Here's what a number of my baseball friends had to say. Dan, like me, was a little conflicted at first. While we may never get the grand display of 2013, I actually didn't mind the 2015 Carp. While he scarily made me think of Alan Craig for a second there, Carp turned in another fine overall season. Unless you find a great leadoff guy, leave him in the leadoff spot. It's where he thrives. Mark, however, has a different plan of attack. In 2015, Matt Carpenter led the Cardinals in doubles, home runs, RBI, and total bases. He needs to bat in the number 3 spot in 2016. If he bats number 3 in 2016, I'd leave him alone and let him do what he's been doing. If he's in the leadoff spot, he needs to cut down on his strikeouts. Bill goes back the other direction, just a little bit. And he says if you can bring in a bat that fits the 3rd spot in the order, that big bat, then you can leave Carpenter leading off and know that you're going to get some production at the top of the order. Honestly, I'm not sure I'd move him either way. Is he the most productive hitter we have? Yes. Is he hitting well in the spot he's been hitting from? Yes. Leave well enough alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Good point. But what if it's not broken, but it could be better? John says, I think that unless you have someone who can clearly challenge Carpenter for leadoff superiority, you stay with him at leadoff for now. That player isn't on the roster right now, so we'd have to go find one. Ideally, though, I'd still like him to hit second, but I'd also like to hit the pitcher eighth all year long. Don't disagree with that sentiment, although it's a little Joe Madden for my taste, and right now that's not a good thing. But I also still really like Matt Carpenter in the 2 spot. I was a big proponent of that move when it happened in 2015. Unfortunately, it didn't work out well, but I refuse to believe that Matt Carpenter is incapable of adapting to that role, considering the skill set that he has. So maybe it just did, in fact, coincide with a really dramatic slump. But I would like to see him get another chance there, so long as the rest of the offense can pick him up if he struggles. And last but not least, Josh says, I tell Carp to get some rest this winter, plan on being back atop the 2016 order, and most importantly, don't crash the golf cart. Sage wisdom, my friend. I knew I could count on you for that. Okay, so what is the consensus? What do you do with Matt Carpenter next season? I think a lot of that depends on what the rest of the lineup looks like. And I say that because the focus this offseason has to be on improving the offense. That's where all the struggles seem to culminate when it comes down to the wire in October. Listen, if you want to build a team for October, look at the Royals. Put the ball in play and don't strike out. That's why I tend to be a little bit afraid of this new Matt Carpenter because of all those strikeouts. However, if he doesn't have the extended slump like he did this year, that 28 home runs turns into, who knows, 38 home runs. I don't know if he can duplicate that this season, but it's certainly worth considering. Maybe you go out and get a leadoff guy. Maybe you move Matt Carpenter down and hope the rest of the pieces fall into place. This is why the offseason can still be so interesting because, well, we get to do this. If you want to see the full transcript of this roundtable conversation about Matt Carpenter, head over to Bird Tales at the Cards Conclave. I'll post the link in the description box below. You can check it all out there, add your thoughts, or just leave them in the comments section. Tell me what you would do with Matt Carpenter in 2016. Until then, I'm Tara Wellman, and I'll see you next time on Birdseeds.